You are quite funny. Do you have one trick for humor in your life?
You talking to me?
Yeah, I called you funny.
Yeah, I've been doing this for 40 years and people just suddenly think I'm funny. I'm about to run out of funniness, you know.
Rest is the secret to funniness.
Sure. Brief intervals of seclusion.
Harrison Ford,
I am.
what is one thing you cannot do?
What you're doing. Interview me.
You're currently on the TV series Shrinking.
And we should be working together, like Batman and Robin. You can even be Batman. You already sound like him.
I'm gonna make you pay for that.
What's one thing you taught your co-star Jason Segel?
To keep his pants on, because he appears 2 times in Sarah Marshall with his Johnson hanging out. I was struck enough to send him a brief note. It said, "Nice penis."
You play a therapist on the show.
It's not your patient's job to heal you.
What's one thing that drew you to that role?
The character that I play is based on a real person who makes real sense. He has Parkinson's disease.
Not me, Mr. Shaky Hands.
And he is managing that with skill and grace.
One of the ways your character manages it is dancing with his love interest.
Do you enjoy dancing?
Yeah, only with my wife. I don't dance anymore. No, but I just, well, I was remembering what it was like when I was dancing with my wife.
Is there one trick to approaching that show's wide range of emotions?
You just have to show up and be there in the room where it happens. The writing is so good. I go into scenes without knowing, I know the lines, I have no plan. I don't know whether I'm going to laugh or cry, and it doesn't make any difference.
Is there one phone call that changed your life?
George Lucas called me up and he said, "I've got a script I'm going to send up to your house. I want you to read it and go over to Steven Spielberg's house and talk to him for a minute." And I walked away with the grand prize.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Is there one thing from the Indiana Jones films you'd like to redo?
I don't know. I'd like another crack at almost anything that I've ever done. But part of their charm was their sort of slapdash feeling to them. I don't think I'd be stupid enough to go back and redo anything.
What's one reason you continued to play Indiana Jones all these years?
Well, in the case of Indiana Jones, that was absolutely my fierce desire to play him as an older man. He's not especially admired. To see him diminished, to see him suffer the consequences of the life that he had led in a rather serious way. He's tired of teaching. He's down on his luck. He hasn't had an adventure for a long time. That's a great place to start.
Tell me about the first time you met George Lucas.
It was an interview for American Graffiti, and he was the one of 4 people in the room who never spoke.
What did you make of that?
I thought he was deaf, dumb, and blind.
How has that relationship evolved?
I love George. I loved Stephen. More grateful than you could imagine for all of the opportunities. Got to grow up in their backyard, play with their big toys.
You're about to appear as President Thaddeus Ross in Captain America: Brave New World.
Thaddeus Ross.
What's one reason you decided to make a Marvel movie?
I've always wanted to work in different genres for different audiences, and when I have seen the Marvel movies that I haven't seen that many of them, I've watched some really wonderful actors have a really good time. And I thought, hey, why not give me a piece of that?
I did see a teaser of your character turning into the Red Hulk.
Ah.
Harrison, what boils your blood?
Meanness, lies, hatred, harm.
What's one thing you do before taking on a new role?
For most films I do quite a bit of research. It's the personalities, it's the behavior of people in that particular slice of life that I'm looking for, that kind of reality. There's a long time between when I read a script for the first time and the time that I stop saying those words on camera. And in between, a lot of things change. And some of it's process and some of it's just pop-up shit that comes up in your head.
From your point of view, what is the one through line of your career?
Well, I'm in all of my movies. I mean, that is really it, because you really do have only your own experience, your own understanding, your own perception to guide you. And I see me in all of my movies, and it's me.
You've had an extensive career. What's next for Harrison Ford?
To stop working. But I want to finish what I'm doing. I like to spend more time flying. I like to spend more time with my family at home. I have things in my life outside of movies.
I heard you were a philosophy major.
Yeah, I never went to class. I retained very little of 4 years wasted in depression and anxiety. I didn't like college. I didn't like school very much. I was not a great student.
But in acting, you kind of are a student every time you're going in somewhere. You're studying someone, you're having to read in on things. So I don't know if I believe that you are not a good student.
I'm a much better student now.